I'm Rebecca Torres, 28, standing in the frozen food aisle of Costco at 11 a.m. on a Tuesday, staring at my debit card like it's a foreign object. The cashier just told me it was declined. Again. My 3-year-old daughter Lily is tugging at my jacket, asking why we can't get the dinosaur-shaped chicken nuggets. I don't have an answer. I don't even know why my own bank account won't work. Then my phone buzzes. It's my older brother Marcus. Becca, where are you? I'm at your apartment. Your landlord called me. You're 3 months behind on rent. What's going on? I feel my throat close. 3 months. That's impossible. I pay rent. Or at least, I thought I did. I'm at Costco. I whisper into the phone. My card isn't working. There's a pause. Then his voice drops into that tone, the one he uses when he's switched from Big Brother mode into FBI financial crimes investigator mode. Stay there, don't move. I'm coming to get you. Drop a comment and let me know where you're watching from and what time it is right now. I'd love to know who's part of our community. 20 minutes later, Marcus's black SUV pulls into the Costco parking lot. He gets out, and I can see it on his face. He's not here to comfort me. He's here to interrogate a witness. Lily runs to him, and he scoops her up, but his eyes never leave mine. Get in the car, he says. His voice is calm, but I know my brother. That calm is dangerous. I buckle Lily into the car seat Marcus keeps in his back seat for her. He installed it 6 months ago when he noticed I'd stopped bringing her to Sunday dinners. I thought I was being subtle. Apparently not. Once we're on the highway, he doesn't ease into it. How long has your card been declining? I don't know, I say. A few weeks? Maybe a month? And you didn't tell anyone? I told Jason. He said it was a bank error. He said he'd fix it. Marcus's hands tighten on the steering wheel. Jason. Your husband Jason. The one who works at that financial consulting firm downtown? Yes. The one who insisted on handling all your finances after Lily was born because you were too overwhelmed? I feel my face flush. He was helping me. Was he? It's not a question. Marcus pulls onto the shoulder of the highway and puts the car in park. He turns to face me, and the look in his eyes makes me want to disappear. Becca, when was the last time you actually saw your bank statements? I open my mouth to answer and realize I can't. Jason has them. He said it's easier if everything goes through his email since he's managing our accounts. Your accounts, Marcus repeats slowly. Plural? Joint account. And my personal account from before we got married. The one Grandma left me money in. Marcus closes his eyes for a second, and I see his jaw working. The trust fund. The $62,000 Grandma left you. Yeah. When did you last check the balance? I don't remember. Jason said we shouldn't touch it. That it was for Lily's college. My brother pulls out his phone and opens something. What's your social security number? Marcus, why just tell me? I recite it. He types, waits, types more. Then he goes very still. The kind of still that makes my stomach drop. What? I ask. What is it? He turns the phone screen toward me. It's a credit report. My credit report. And it's covered in red flags. Accounts I don't recognize. Credit cards maxed out. Loans in default. My credit score is 487. I don't understand, I whisper. I've never opened these accounts. No, Marcus says, his voice tight with controlled rage. But someone with access to your personal information did. Someone who knows your social security number, your mother's maiden name, your date of birth. Someone you trust. The silence in the car is suffocating. Lily is singing to herself in the back seat, completely unaware that her mother's entire financial life is imploding. It gets worse, Marcus says. He swipes to another screen. This is your grandmother's trust account. The one with $62,000. Want to guess the current balance? I can't breathe. How much? $847. The number hits me like a physical blow. No, that can't be right. Jason said we weren't touching it. He said he lied. Marcus swipes again. Here's a transfer from 6 months ago. $15,000 to an LLC called Prestige Capital Solutions. Sound familiar? I shake my head. Here's another one. $20,000. Another $18,000. All to the same company. And look at this. He shows me a business registration document. Prestige Capital Solutions was registered 8 months ago. The sole proprietor is listed as Jennifer Huang. My heart stops. That's Jason's sister. Yeah, Marcus says. It is. I feel like I'm going to be sick. Jennifer. Jason's older sister. The one who moved in with us temporarily after she lost her job. That was 10 months ago. She's still living in our guest room. She's the one who suggested Jason take over my finances. She's the one who said I seemed stressed and shouldn't worry about bills. She's been living with us rent-free, I say, my voice hollow. She eats our food. She uses our car. Jason said she's having a hard time and we should help family. She's not having a hard time, Marcus says. She's funding a business with your money. A business that, according to public records, sells cryptocurrency trading courses. Courses that don't actually teach anyone how to trade. It's a scam, Becca. And she's using your inheritance to run it. The pieces start clicking into place. Jason's insistence on managing everything, Jennifer's constant presence in our home, always commenting on what I buy, what I spend, the way they'd exchange looks when I asked about finances. There's more, Marcus says, and I want to scream at him to stop. But he keeps going. Your rent. You said you're 3 months behind? Jason pays the rent. He has automatic transfer set up. Did you ever verify that? He showed me the confirmations. Every month. Marcus pulls up my bank records. Look at this. Every month, a payment goes out to something called Prestige Property Management. $2,100. Your rent is $2,100, right? Yes. Prestige Property Management is another LLC. Same owner. Jennifer Huang. Your rent money has been going into her account for the past 4 months. She's been pocketing it. Your landlord never got a dime. I can't process this. It's too big. Too deliberate. But why would Jason? He's my husband. He loves me. Marcus's expression softens slightly, but his voice stays hard. Becca, I need you to hear this. What you're describing isn't love. It's a coordinated financial crime. Identity theft. Fraud. Embezzlement. And it's not just Jason. It's his entire family. What do you mean his family? When did Jason's mother start coming over? I think back. About 7 months ago. She said she wanted to help with Lily. She'd come over during the day while Jason was at work. And what would she do? She'd watch Lily. She'd go through the mail. She said she was helping me organize. Marcus looks at me. Organize? Did she ever ask you to sign things? My blood runs cold. She said they were school forms. For Lily's preschool registration. Becca. What? Lily is 3. She's not registered for preschool. You told me last month you were waiting until she turned 4. The realization hits like ice water. Oh my God. I need to see those forms, Marcus says. Right now. We're going to your apartment. The drive to my apartment feels like moving through a nightmare. Everything I thought I knew is dissolving. Marcus parks in front of my building, and I see Jason's car in the driveway. He's home. He's never home at this hour. Marcus sees it too. Is that unusual? He should be at work. Perfect. Let's talk to him. We walk up the stairs, and I use my key to open the door. Jason is sitting on the couch with Jennifer. They're both staring at a laptop, and they look up when we enter. Jason's face goes pale. Becca. You're home early. Her card was declined, Marcus says, stepping into the apartment. At Costco, where she was trying to buy food for your daughter. Jason stands up. Marcus, hi. I didn't know you were. Where's Rebecca's mail? Marcus interrupts. I need to see the documents your mother had her sign. Jennifer closes the laptop quickly. I don't know what you're talking about. The preschool forms, I say, finding my voice. The ones your mom said were for Lily's school. Oh, those, Jennifer says dismissively. They're probably in the recycling. Why does it matter? Because Lily isn't registered for any preschool, Marcus says. Which means those forms were something else entirely. And I'm going to bet they were loan applications. Or credit card applications. Or both. Jason's face shifts. The warmth drains out of it, replaced by something calculating. You need to leave, he says to Marcus. This is my home. Actually, Marcus says, pulling out his badge, I'm a federal agent investigating financial crimes. And right now, I'm looking at what appears to be organized identity theft. So no, I'm not leaving. But you might want to start talking. The room goes silent. Jennifer stands up. Jason, don't say anything. He's bluffing. I'm not bluffing, Marcus says. I've already pulled Rebecca's credit report. I've documented unauthorized transfers from her trust account. I've traced the money to your LLC, and I'm guessing if I look through that laptop you just closed, I'm going to find a lot more evidence. Jennifer's face hardens. She gave us access to that money. She signed the authorization forms. Forms she thought were preschool registration. Marcus counters. That's fraud, Jennifer. And you know it. Jason steps forward. Look, this is a misunderstanding. Rebecca has been really stressed since Lily was born. Postpartum depression. She's not thinking clearly. We were trying to help her. Don't I say? The word comes out sharp, surprising even me. Don't you dare use my mental health as an excuse for what you did. Jason turns to me, and his expression shifts into something I've seen before but never named, condescension. Manipulation. Becca, you're not well. You know that. The doctor said no, doctor said that. You said that. You told me I was anxious and forgetful. You told me I couldn't handle things. But there was never a diagnosis, Jason. You just kept saying it until I believed it. His mouth opens, then closes. We need to show Marcus the documents, I say. The ones in your office. The ones you don't think I know about. Jason's face drains of color. What documents? The folder in your desk. Bottom drawer. Under the file labeled Taxes 2019. I'd found it 3 weeks ago when I was looking for our marriage certificate. I'd been too afraid to confront him then. Too afraid he'd convince me I was imagining things. But I took photos. Every single page. Jennifer moves toward the door. I'm leaving. No, you're not, Marcus says, blocking her path. You're staying right here while we sort this out. I walk to Jason's home office, feeling my brother's presence behind me like a shield. My hands are shaking as I open the desk drawer and pull out the folder. Inside are bank statements, transfer receipts, loan documents with my forged signature, credit card applications I never filled out. I hand them to Marcus. He flips through them, his expression growing darker with each page. This is comprehensive, he says quietly. This isn't opportunistic theft. This is systematic. How much? I ask. My voice sounds far away. How much did they take? Marcus adds up numbers in his head. $62,000 from the trust fund. $8,400 in rent they pocketed. At least $30,000 in fraudulent credit card charges. Plus they took out a personal loan in your name for $25,000. I do the math. It makes me dizzy. Over $125,000. Approximately. I turn to Jason. He's standing in the doorway, and he's not even trying to look sorry anymore. He looks angry. You had no right to go through my things, he says. Your things? I feel something inside me crack open. Your things? This is evidence of you stealing from me, Jason. From your own wife. To fund your sister's fake business. It's not fake, Jennifer snaps. It's a legitimate trading education platform. It's a scam, Marcus says flatly. I looked it up while we were driving. You've had 17 complaints filed against you with the FTC. You're selling $2,000 courses that teach people to lose money in crypto. And you funded it by robbing my sister. I didn't rob anyone, Jennifer says. I didn't willingly anything. The shout surprises everyone, including me. I thought I was signing preschool forms. I thought my husband was paying our rent. I thought my money was safe because I trusted you. You're being hysterical, Jason says. It's the same tone he's used 100 times before. The tone that makes me question myself. But this time, it doesn't work. No, I say. I'm being rational. For the first time in 10 months, I'm seeing clearly, and what I see is that you and your family conspired to financially destroy me. Your mother, Marcus says to Jason. Where is she? She's not part of this, Jason says quickly. Too quickly. Really? So she didn't have Rebecca sign documents. Jason doesn't answer. Marcus looks at me. Do you have those forms? The ones you signed? I think so. I took pictures of everything I signed because I don't know why. I just felt like I should. I pull out my phone and scroll back through my photos. There they are. 3 documents I signed 6 months ago. I zoom in on them now, actually reading them. They're not preschool forms. They're loan applications. For Fempton, null, T, null, and Tuve, null, all listing me as the borrower. All with my signature. I signed these, I whisper, but I didn't know what they were. She told me they were medical consent forms for the school. Marcus photographs my phone screen. This is evidence. Your mother-in-law witnessed these signatures. That makes her an accomplice. Jason's phone buzzes. He glances at it, and his expression changes. I need to make a call. No, Marcus says. You need to sit down and stay quiet while I contact my field office. You can't do this, Jennifer says. You're overreaching. You're not even on duty. I'm a federal agent who just witnessed evidence of wire fraud, identity theft, and conspiracy. I'm always on duty. He pulls out his phone and makes a call. Yeah, it's Chen. I need a financial crimes team at my sister's address. Multiple suspects, extensive fraud. I'm securing the scene now. Jason and Jennifer both start talking at once, but I'm not listening anymore. I'm looking at Lily, who's been sitting on the floor playing with her toys, oblivious to everything crumbling around her. I pick her up and carry her to her room. She's the only thing that matters. The only thing that's mine. When I come back out, there are 2 FBI agents in my living room. Marcus is walking them through the evidence. Jason and Jennifer are sitting on the couch, both silent now. One of the agents approaches me. Mrs. Torres, I'm Agent Palmer. We're going to need you to walk us through everything. And so I do. I tell them about the help that started after Lily was born. How Jason insisted on taking over the finances. How Jennifer moved in and never left. How their mother started coming by during the day. How slowly, methodically, They took control of everything. They made me feel crazy, I say. Every time I questioned something, they'd tell me I was stressed or anxious or not thinking clearly. I started to believe them. That's part of the pattern, Agent Palmer says gently. Financial abusers isolate their victims by making them doubt their own perception of reality. I should have known, I whisper. You couldn't have known, Marcus says. They're professionals at this. Jennifer has done this before. I pulled her records. She ran a similar scam in Nevada 3 years ago. Different victim, same playbook. I stare at Jason. You knew. You knew she'd done this before, and you brought her into our home. He doesn't answer. Over the next 3 hours, the agents document everything. They seize Jason's laptop, Jennifer's phone, and boxes of documents from the office. They interview me, then Marcus, then Jason and Jennifer separately. By 6 p.m., they're arresting both Jason and Jennifer. Wire fraud, identity theft, conspiracy to commit fraud. Agent Palmer lists off. Mrs. Torres, we're also going to need you to file a report about your mother-in-law's involvement. She's at their parents' house, Jason says suddenly. She doesn't know anything about this. She witnessed fraudulent loan applications, Marcus says. She's involved. As they lead Jason out in handcuffs, he looks at me. Becca, this is insane. I'm your husband. We can work this out. I don't answer. There's nothing to say. That night, Lily and I stay at Marcus's house. I can't go back to the apartment knowing Jason has keys, knowing his mother might show up. Marcus makes dinner while I sit on his couch, staring at my phone. Your credit's going to take time to repair, he says, bringing me a plate. But we'll file police reports for all the fraudulent accounts. The FBI will help you dispute them. I have $847 to my name, I say. How am I going to support Lily? You have a job. You're a graphic designer, right? I quit 6 months ago. Jason said we didn't need the money, that I should focus on being a mom. Marcus closes his eyes. Of course he did. Okay. Tomorrow, we're meeting with a lawyer. A good one. We're filing for divorce, filing restraining orders, and starting the process to get your money back. What if I can't get it back? Then we'll figure it out. But Becca, you need to understand something. What they did to you was criminal. The court will order restitution. They'll have to pay you back. With what money? Jennifer's business is fake. Jason probably spent everything. Then they'll go to prison for longer. He sits next to me. I should have seen this sooner. I knew something was wrong at Sunday dinner 6 months ago. You didn't laugh once. You kept looking at Jason before you answered any question. But I told myself it wasn't my place to interfere. You couldn't have known, I say, echoing what he told me earlier. I was living it and I barely knew. You knew something was wrong though. That's why you took photos of those documents. That's why you saved the credit card statements. You were gathering evidence even when you didn't consciously realize that's what you were doing. He's right. Somewhere deep down, I knew. I just couldn't admit it to myself. Over the next week, the case builds. Jason's mother is arrested when they find email correspondence between her and Jennifer discussing managing Rebecca. The emails are damning. They called me the asset. They joked about how easy it was to manipulate me. The FBI seizes all of Jennifer's business accounts. Most of the money is gone, spent on luxury purchases and bad investments. But they managed to recover $18,000. It's something. Marcus helps me file for divorce. Jason's lawyer tries to argue that I abandoned the marriage by staying at my brother's house. My lawyer shuts that down immediately with the FBI reports. The divorce is fast-tracked due to the criminal charges. I get full custody of Lily. Jason gets supervised visitation, pending his trial. I also discover I'm not Jennifer's only victim. The FBI finds records of 3 other women she scammed using similar methods. They're building a RICO case. Racketeering charges. Jennifer's looking at 15 to 20 years. Jason might get 8 to 10 as an accomplice. Their mother will probably get probation as a first-time offender, but she's permanently banned from contact with me or Lily. 3 months after that day in the Costco parking lot, I'm standing in a small studio apartment I can actually afford. It's not much. 1 bedroom, tiny kitchen, but it's mine. Every piece of furniture is mine. Every bill is in my name only. My credit score is slowly climbing as the fraudulent accounts get disputed and removed. I'm working again, freelancing from home so I can be with Lily. The income is modest, but it's real. Marcus helped me set up new bank accounts with fraud alerts and 2-factor authentication on everything. I check my balances obsessively, sometimes twice a day. I'm learning to trust myself again. Last week I got a call from the FBI. They recovered another $23,000 from an account Jennifer had hidden. Combined with the wage garnishment from Jason's prison job, I might actually recover a third of what was stolen. It's not everything. But it's enough. Today I'm meeting with a group called Financial Abuse Survivors Network. I'm going to tell my story. Not because I'm proud of what happened, but because I know now that I'm not alone. There are thousands of women like me, women who trusted the wrong people and paid for it. If sharing my story helps even one person recognize the warning signs earlier than I did, it'll be worth it. Lily asks me sometimes why Daddy doesn't live with us anymore. I tell her that Daddy made some bad choices, and sometimes when people make bad choices, things have to change. She's too young to understand the full truth. Maybe someday I'll tell her. Or maybe she'll read the court transcripts herself when she's older. For now, I just focus on building our life, the one that's actually ours. I'm not grateful for what they did to me. I won't pretend there's some silver lining that makes the theft and betrayal okay. But I am grateful for my brother. For showing up in that Costco parking lot. For believing me when I could barely believe myself. And I'm grateful for the small fierce thing growing inside me. The thing that made me photograph those documents even when I didn't consciously know why. The thing that kept me from signing away even more than I did. The survivor instinct I didn't know I had. I look at Lily playing with her blocks on the floor of our tiny apartment. She's happy. She's safe. And for the first time in almost a year, so am I. That's worth more than the $125,000 they stole. Jason and Jennifer took my money. They took my trust. They took months of my life. But they didn't take my daughter. They didn't take my future. And they sure as hell didn't take my fight. I'm rebuilding. One day at a time. One disputed charge at a time. One small victory at a time. And I'm never, ever letting anyone else hold my keys again.